Yes, so much better. Oh my God, it's so much better. Okay, so hi, I'm back. I went back. I went back and was trying to figure out like my camera and my lighting and stuff on the other one. Like this is the power of having so much better of a webcam. Like I can see myself better. The energy's better. So I don't care. I'm doing my podcast today. I'm posting some reels. I'm doing a video for one of my landing pages for my funnels. It's just crazy over here. But I did not want to leave you today on this beautiful Friday with that crazy dark camera stuff. So this webcam that I use, by the way, it's a Logitech. It was like $49, $49.99 on Amazon. But when you're doing your videos, mortgage loan originators, loan officers, when you're doing your videos, you have to have a good camera. You don't necessarily need a good microphone like this. This was a little bit expensive, but you want to have a good camera so people can actually see you, and it shows it's helpful to your confidence, and it helps you create better material for the future. So if you want to put it on YouTube, like my daughter Presley is like, Mom, I would not trust your camera. If you were posting videos with that quality, I would skip right by you. I was like, oh wow, like spoken from a 16-year-old that actually just like really showed me what's up in the technology world. So I got myself a good camera. So now that I'm all set up here, what I was talking about before, and I ended it, we closed the loop on the conversation, but I want to circle back to it. I hate when people say that, but I want to go back to what I was talking about. So if you are waking up stressed, if you are waking up feeling like you're in panic mode, you are blocking yourself from manifesting the life that you want, the business that you want, the leads that you want, the real business relationship. I'm not here to talk about love relationships and all of that. I'm not a relationship specialist. I've been divorced twice, so that probably shouldn't be my specialty, but I am a specialist at knowing what I learned from experiences like that. But, anyways, think of like your social media. Think of your real estate agents or your referral partners in general, CPAs, divorce attorneys. Think of them, all your audience, like a love relationship. You want to show up, play full out, and serve, give impact, love on them. And that's how you actually manifest. That's how you attract business. I feel like the word manifest is like definitely overused, and it's actually very misunderstood. So I read Project 369 book, and it's like you write things 3 times in the morning, like 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times in the evening. And I wrote, I won my mom a Corvette. I won my mom a Corvette. I found the sweepstakes. The sweepstakes was on January 11th. So I'm like, 111, that's my angel numbers. And it was a white Corvette, and they were giving away a Stingray. So you got two. Like, I hardcore was manic manifesting that shit. And I was certain because it was on 111 and my angel numbers, and I was doing the Project 369. I was manic manifesting. I was certain I was winning that Corvette. So I was so bummed. I was actually embarrassed to tell my mom that I didn't win. And she probably was like, yeah, duh, I didn't think you were going to win. But that's when you're like manic manifesting. There's a whole part. Yeah, you want to attract things. You want to, when you start, like when I started wanting to manifest my mom's Corvette, and I'm such a nice daughter, right? Because I didn't want it for me, I wanted it for her. But I started seeing white Corvettes everywhere. I was behind a Stingray, like a 1966 or whatever, a Corvette Stingray in Alamo, by where I live. So I was like becoming aware, I was attracting it into my life, and I was like, it must be true. But let me tell you something. There's a whole nother side to it that is necessary. It's like manifest, meaning affirm and all of that, but you have to take aligned action and the law of right action, not just like going, not just doing something. But I guarantee if you're an entrepreneur and you're not seeing the results you want, it's because you're going about things wrong. You're not loving on your audience enough. You don't have this cool little webcam here that makes me look a little bit more light, a lot more lighter and brighter than the other one. It was like super dark. You're doing these little, like I always say, small hinges move big doors. So these little things that you pay attention to that you either do or choose not to do is what's going to keep you on track. And I drew out this in the other one. I don't know if you could see it with my crappy webcam thing, but Anyways, you could zigzag around as an entrepreneur and like try to sell, be a realtor, try to be a lender. You know what, that didn't work. I'm going to be a processor. I'm going to hire a coach. Maybe I'll be a lender again. Okay, I'm in the coaching program, but I'm not showing up to all the coaching calls. Okay, so maybe that didn't work. Okay, I'm going to go hire another coach and still not show up for myself. And it's not live coaching calls, it's video modules. Maybe that'll work. Okay, you know what? That's still not working. I just don't have enough time. So maybe I'll listen to a podcast. Okay, but that podcast didn't really tell me what to do. Can I get coached by them one-on-one? I see this stuff all the time. I see it in my students and I saw it in myself. So I was trying to manifest all these things, and through full on just being in my masculine, just sheer fear and hard work, I was always a top lender. And I had great work ethic. I had full on grit and I didn't take no for an answer. And I was a people pleaser. I had no boundaries and it was just crazy, crazy whirlwind of things. But when I realized, okay, so this is how you get straight up to the money. Okay, I want to take you straight up. No more zigzagging and messing up. I want to take you straight to the money. So it is not manifesting. That's part of it. It is attracting business through service, like not sleazy sales. So sleazy sales people. It's service, ABS, always be serving. It's showing up on social media. It is working your CRM. It is sending 10 video text messages a day. It is making sure that your Facebook ads, your organic content, it's not canned, it's not crappy. It's all of that. But before you embark on that journey and you get coached up or you take on those missions and you write down like, okay, these are the things that I'm going to stay the course. I'm going to do it. And this is what's going to work. Tiff says it's true, so it must be true. Here we go. You have to be wildly aware of all of your beliefs, your subconscious behavior, your patterns, your everything. So I didn't realize as I climbed up the ladder and was making millions, funding hundreds of millions in loans and getting a divorce and then buying a house because I knew the power of buying real estate, but everything was so messy. And I realized like, okay, wait a second. I can't get to the next level and I can't be of service to loan officers, my students, entrepreneurs, the people that I coach, whether it's one-on-one or in group settings. I can't be of true service if I'm on a chaotic wheel. Like, yeah, I know how to work really hard, but I don't want to pass on that energy and those bad habits to you as my student. So, or anybody, whether you're paying me or not, right now you're listening to what I'm saying. So I have to be really careful that I don't send you on this like crazy chaotic wheel. So I had to realize, okay, my pattern is having a to-do list that's like 5,000 things long, and I would spend an hour writing down my to-do list and I wouldn't be able to get through all of it, and I would feel defeated, unaccomplished, overwhelmed, and I would start again the next day and not even go back and look at all of that to-do list. I'd keep adding new things for that day. That is creating a world of chaos in your business and in your life. And remember, I talk about this in my 3-day events. There's something called the black and white game that I played when I went to this Accelerate course a long time ago, and it was amazing. The number one thing I got from it is they took, I think there was like 100 of us. They took 50 of us, let's say, in one room and 50 of us in another. And they would hold up like these cards. And we had to decide if the middle was going to be black or white. And we all had to collectively agree if it was going to be black or white. So no matter what happened, no matter what arguments our group got into, no matter there's coaches around us taking notes, no matter what was going on, we would always pick the other group. One of the coaches would come over and be like, it's white. And we picked black. And we're like, wait, what? What is going on here? Okay. You know what? Maybe it's going to be white again. And they'd be like, it's black. And we're like, what? People were yelling at each other. I was completely like not caring because it was not a money-making activity. So I didn't give a F. So I was just chilling and I was watching people fight. I was paying attention to this one woman that was saying like, I don't think that's the point of the game. I think there's, and she was trying to say something and this guy was like, no, like basically like, shut the hell up because it's black, or shut the hell up, it's white. And she's like, I think that these coaches are taking notes on us and our behaviors, and she had it nailed down, but I didn't pay attention to her. She wasn't speaking loudly enough. She wasn't speaking with authority. And these bullies, there was like a handful of guys and girls that were like total know-it-alls of the group. So anyways, they brought all 100 of us back together, and they said, the guy got on stage, the facilitator, and he said, let me tell you something. You never, no matter which group you were in, you were never going to win that game, because the coaches made sure that whatever number, whatever color you came up with, that the coach picked the opposite, no matter what. What was really going on is we wanted to see how you show up in your life and your business. And we're like, wait, what do you mean? So he said the coaches were taking notes on everybody around, all these people around the students were taking notes on you. He's like, Tiffany, you did nothing. You sat back. You did not participate in your life whatsoever. And you just wanted everyone else to figure it out. And I was like, okay, well, that's not how I show up in my life. What are you talking about? And so I felt like, that's rude. I got like offended. And then they took the bullies and they made them literally go sit in a corner and time out. And they took that one woman on stage that actually knew what's up. They brought her on stage, handed her the microphone, and she was bawling, crying. They said, how do you show up in your life the same way you showed up in your game? And she said, I let people steamroll over me. A lot of the times I have a really solid opinion and it's true, it's correct. So I have the right answer. No one listens to me. My husband doesn't listen to me. My teenage boys steamroll over me. My coworkers steamroll over me. I have a lot to say and I'm just stuck and I don't say anything. They said, so it shows up in that game, in your life, and in your business. How is that serving you? She's like, it's not. It's making me feel like, I don't think she used the word like suicidal, but it was very like close to something around that. And she was bawling, crying. So the bullies show up as the bullies. They're the ones that take over meetings. They're the ones that run the shop at home. They're the ones that make rules, about everything, and like rules that don't even make any sense. So I know, because my dad was like that. He would make up rules that didn't really make sense. And I'm like, okay, are you just making a rule to make a rule? So my mom would actually make like rules that made sense, and she was the more passive one. So, and she didn't stick up for herself enough. So the point of me sharing this with you is, however you show up in a game like that, however you show up in your relationships, your love relationships. Again, I'm no love specialist. However you show up on your weekends is probably how you show up on your weekdays. So I want you to pay attention, start really being wildly aware of your patterns. So a way that you can become aware of your patterns is by asking yourself things like, what am I doing right now in the present moment? Is this the highest and best use of my time? Or am I being a consumer right now of social media, or a producer? Like, meaning, am I going on and scrolling, getting brain rot? Or am I actually commenting on my Dream 100s list? Like, did they get a new listing? Is there an influencer that I hope to have on my podcast? I'm going to go comment on their social media. What are you doing to produce leads for you and produce like being seen? Because remember, attention is currency. So what are you doing with that? And I love success filtering questions. So is it a hell yes or a hell no? If it is not a hell yes, it's a hell no for me. I don't do it. Am I making a decision too quickly? Am I going to have to learn too much for this to come to fruition? Like, I would love to create like these nothing but these water bottles that like the cap doesn't come off. Go ahead, steal my idea, whatever. That's shiny object for you. I'm sure if you're a lender, stick to doing loans. But this certain kind of like cap that never comes off, because I get so mad at my house that the water bottles never have the cap on it. Like, we always lose it. And I don't understand where it goes. Like, it's like the socks in our house. It's like a Twilight Zone episode. So anyways, I need to be super clear about what my patterns are. Success filtering questions. I want you to do the same. And I want you to pay attention to how you spend your day, because your day dictates the week, dictates the month, dictates your future. The future is not set. I said that in my dark ass training I just did. The future is not set. It's all about free will. Your actions today in the present moment is what's going to change your future reality. And you have the power to, it's like a game. Like, you can do whatever you want. And the past doesn't have shit to do with what you're going to do right now in the present that's going to change your future. The only thing that the past has to do with what you're going to do in the future is your subconscious behaviors, your limiting beliefs, meaning like your lack of belief in yourself, your poor time management habits. If you're carrying your old habits from the past into your current moment, well, yeah, it's going to be really tough for you to change your reality in the future. So I want you to start paying attention to these things now, because over the course of the next 5 days, I'm going to be doing trainings on specific laws of the entrepreneurial spirit. And I've mixed everything together and I chose the ones that work for me. Laws of the universe, laws of human nature, 21 irrefutable laws of success. I've created my own and I've tailored all of it that takes you into the game of figuring out, uncovering what those blocks are and figuring out the strategy. So if you have the limiting belief that you can put out, let me give you an example. That if you tell yourself, I have a limiting belief that I cannot post one time a day on all the platforms, it's too hard. I'm going to tell you right now, no, it's not, because there is Opus, there's Big View, there's Canva. You can pre-schedule things. You can create on Canva 50 different still graphics that you can pre-schedule out for Mondays and Wednesdays. You can go on Big View and you can pre-schedule out talking head videos for Tuesday, Thursdays, Fridays that you can go live and use Restream.io, and you can bust it out and go live everywhere, not just here in like a private Facebook group, but every single platform. And all those different platforms and apps I just named off, you can connect all your social media, your YouTube, your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook, your private Facebook groups, LinkedIn, everything. So if you have the limiting belief, and when we're talking about the law of expansive growth, which I'm talking about in my 12-week Wake Up to Wealth course that I'm going to launch next week and talk about that in more detail. So when we're talking about the law of expansive growth, number one, we have to break through what's going on in your subconscious brain. If you're like, but Tiff, that's impossible. It takes too much time. I don't know what to say. I got you. I'm going to bust through that limiting belief. Then I'm going to show you exactly how to use Big View and Canva and all the different apps and how it works and how important it is to have captions when you're doing your video and why 81% of people watch video with the sound off. So you better have captions on all your stuff. And if you're like, but how do I have captions? It's auto-generated on YouTube. But you said I can do it in Big View, but I got you. I got you covered on that. So I'm going to blow the box out of your beliefs. Talk about the law and what you need to do to practice that law. And then I'm going to give you the strategy for you to make more sales, to get more leads, whether you're a painter, plumber, interior designer, entrepreneur, I don't care what you are, lender, realtor, insurance agent. If you have or if you're W-2'd and you're like, okay, but I don't want to be W-2'd anymore. I want to be a real estate investor, but what do I do? Well, attention is currency. Attention is currency. So you have to get yourself out there. So how do you get yourself out there? Well, by doing those things that I just told you. That's 1 week, one law that you're going to implement with video modules, with workbooks, and I'm going to hot seat everybody. That's why I'm only opening up this specific one to 20 spots. If you end up finding the link wherever you see this video, if there's ends up being a link, and it's closed, then email support@tiffanyrosecoaching.com. Or if you can't find the link somewhere, and we'll let you know if there's additional spots being open on a separate training for the same material, but just separate. I'm keeping it only 20 because I've had thousands of people. I've trained thousands of people across the United States. And what I found is when I'm doing like my 3-day Invincible Lender event specifically for lenders, it's hard for me to give everyone my love and attention. And I want this to be the thing that you've been searching for that's going to change everything for you. So we're always searching for that thing. And when you're in a training course, when you're getting live group coaching and there's 500 people on or 100 people on, depending on how much Facebook ads I run and how many people I bring into my world, well, I can't give you my love and attention. I do my best, but you are going to have the opportunity now to figure out exactly what your roadmap looks like, exactly what limiting beliefs you have, and what's really going on in your business. So I got you covered. I got to plug in my thing before it dies here. My closer, the head of my closer department, she's like, Tiff, I will fire someone on the spot if they're about to take a call with a new customer and they don't have their laptop plugged in. Like if they have to wait and pause and get a charger. She's like, nothing pisses me off worse. And I just did it. So anyways, I hope this was helpful for you and I hope you can see me better. And I want you to know that my whole purpose and passion is to help you as an entrepreneur that wakes up feeling effing stressed. I want you to wake up rich. I want you to feel clear. I want you to wake up organized. And I know how you feel, because I have been there. And let me tell you, when I broke through to the other side, when I stopped resisting certain things and implemented systems and I hired the right coach, I stopped buying the wrong ticket to a train, everything shifted for me. And when I got out of the chaotic wheel, everything shifted. And that's what I want for you. So I hope this was helpful. Happy Friday. If you're watching this on a Friday, don't wish your life away to Fridays, but when Friday comes around, you can celebrate a little bit more. So hope it was helpful. Bye.